Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TP Talks CX Extraordinaire. In times of extraordinary changes, this time we bring together distinguished leaders in the retail and the consumer packaged goods industry. We are thrilled to explore the dynamic world of phygital retail, where physical and digital experiences converge to create a truly exceptional customer journey. As we navigate through these unprecedented times, it's more important than ever to stay ahead of the curve and adapt to the changing landscape of retail. So sit back, relax, and get ready for an amazing discussion. Let's get phygital. I'm Rhonda Gibler, Executive Vice President of Business Development for our retail, e-commerce, and CPG practice here at Teleperformance, and I'm going to lead this roundtable. I'm super excited today. We want to thank you for your time. Please feel free to write in all your questions and comments in our chat. Some of them will be answered at the end of the event, and those that we can't reach during the event, we'll send them an email. I have the honor of introducing you to our top industry leaders. Kim Sanchez is with us. She's the Director of Customer Care and Experience at 7-Eleven. She is a passionate leader with a reputation for transforming large-scale operations into cohesive, customer-obsessed teams. Kim, welcome.
Very excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Also, I have the honor to introduce Christina Naval, Transformation Leader at Ibero at Coca-Cola, Euro-Pacific Partners. She has 15 years of experience, half of it in strategy and operations and consulting, and the rest of it in the FMCG industry. Christina, welcome to our event.
Thank you. Very happy to share this time with you.
We're so glad that you're both here. Thank you. Okay, let's jump right in with our first question. So, how do you define customer experience, and what do you consider truly makes an extraordinary customer experience? Christina, let's start with you.
Look, I asked that same question to my 6-year-old daughter, Estella, once. Like, darling, what's for you a good customer experience? And to make it clear for her, when do you feel that you are well served? And she replied quickly, when somebody helps me, mom. So that's it, as simple as that. Our customers want to be helped. And for that, they need to be heard, to be understood, and to be taken care of. Of course, when we grow up, we become a little bit more demanding. So an extraordinary customer experience nowadays can be translated into speed and immediacy, effectiveness, this is giving results, and customization, offer what clients need through the channel he prefers.
Thank you, Christina. And Kim, we'll move to you, and maybe you can give us your thoughts from the point of view of 7-Eleven.
Absolutely. So for 7-Eleven, convenience really is at the heart of everything that we do. So what we found is that our customers are less focused on things like points and rewards and a lot more focused on our stores delivering a consistent experience. So things like fast and friendly service, cleanliness of our stores are really at the top of their list. From a customer care perspective, we know that we play a critical role in the overall experience. And we also know that it takes far more good experiences to outweigh just one bad one. So our goal is to not only repair the relationship in a way that retains their loyalty, but we also want them to become a brand promoter. So not only do we want to make it right, we want to make it so good that you want to share that experience with others.
Kim, we're going through challenging times. I'll stay with you if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So as we go through these challenging times, how has that changed your view of customer experience, or has it changed?
You know, it really has. And what we notice is that financial pressure really equals more focus on brand value. That's why things like delivery, mobile checkout, a simplified loyalty program, these have really been our focus over the past few years. In pre-pandemic times, things like delivery would be differentiators, but now they're just really table stakes. So any company is doing that. So what we want to continue to look for is ways that we stay relevant in our customers' lives and make their shopping trip as easy as possible. So whether that relates to the app experience, maybe just the number and variety of products that we have in the store, our loyalty programs, our customers really just want it to keep it simple and add value. And that's really the bottom line.
Fantastic. Christina, if I could start with you, one of the questions that we have is, what is your company doing regarding loyalty and personalization to improve the experience of your customers? Which has been your key success factor when doing that?
In Spain, CCP covers all the value chain, since production, selling, collection of the invoices. So it has as a result that we are very close to our customers because we are there all along the journey. Therefore, we can have an individual approach toward our customers. In each interactions we have, either it is face, voice, or digital. And it's personalized based on our own and internal data. We have a complete segmentation. According to the channel, each point of sale belongs. We assign medals based on sales revenue, sales volume, etc. We also have a picture of success. So it allows us not to offer the same range of products to all our customers. And it also allows to target communications and promotions. And what's more important, we always monitor all our digital activity. We track saturation, loyalty in terms of any interaction clients have with our communications. And it has a positive result because we can adapt communication and promotions accordingly, which is very beneficial for our clients. And we can also predict the rate of return of the investment that we have done, which is very beneficial for us.
Fantastic, Christina. Really appreciate that. So Kim, back to you regarding loyalty and personalization and how to improve your customers' experience. What have been some of your key success factors?
So we talked about earlier that loyalty in the convenience space isn't one of the key drivers of behavior. So from a personalization perspective, our strategy is really twofold. So not only do we want to understand what our customer shopping habits are, so we can present relevant offers, timely nudges. We also want to understand the why behind the buy. And so to do this, we blend our data with our feedback from multiple channels. So things like targeted surveys, anonymous surveys. We even have a customer panel called the Brief Freeze Collective, where we can gather feedback. So the key to success here is to really consider the emotional or the impulsive side of consumer behavior. So if you think about it, surveys are really only going to tell you what someone thinks they will do, not what they actually do. So I'd say, for example, if you ask me on a survey, if I go into the store, if I'm going to choose fruit or if I'm going to choose pizza, I promise you if I took a survey, I'm going to say fruit. But when I get into that store and I get the smell of the hot, fresh pizza, I don't think I'm even going to notice that there's fruit there. So I think the thing is we need to really understand the emotional side so we have the right products in stock at the right time and in the right location for our customers.
I'm with you. I'm pizza all the way, right?
Pizza.
Like, oh yeah, on the survey, maybe fruit, but no.
Absolutely.
So that's great. And Kim, if I can I want to double click on one of the things you said, because I think it's so important as we get into this personalization journey, which is how you're attaching data to the personalization of that experience. So is there anything more that you could add for our audience in that space of how you're connecting those dots on that consumer journey?
Yeah, so we want to be able to track customers. We have a huge collection of data called C Shopper, and it really looks at data in the convenience space specifically. And so we can really track customers through loyalty to find out when they shop, where they shop, what are they buying, what days of the week, things like that. And so we really kind of bucket our customers in terms of their frequency, their basket size, what are the products that they like? And so we can really use that to drive those loyalty offers because, like I said, it's not points and things like that aren't the driver, but our targeted ads through social and different areas can really help customers to kind of think about our products and then come in store and find them. So we do want to understand the data, and we do a great job of collecting all of the data from the convenience space. And we also use it to learn about store layouts, things like that, what causes customers to behave in the way that they do. So it's pretty cool.
That is amazing. I love it. And it sounds like you have a really great blueprint that you're putting into practice, which is fantastic. I'll move along now. When we think about the changing times, how does your company embrace the phygital strategy to provide an extraordinary experience? As we have seen, the digital experience, the physical experience are intertwined at this point. So, Kim or Christina, I'll leave it up to you. Who'd like to kind of go first in this space?
I can
Christina,
start.
you're up.
That's fine. Yeah. Sure. Just to clarify the audience, I will limit my answer to the B2B commercial area. To give you a little bit of context, Coca-Cola Euro-Pacific Partners, we are the bottling company for the Coca-Cola company. And in Spain, we have a direct road-to-market model. It means that we sell and invoice directly to our clients. By client, I refer either to home market, which are supermarkets, discounters, cash and carry, or away from home market, which are restaurants, bars, pubs, hotels. Do you know that in Spain, we have over 350,000 points of sale in fragmented markets? So, well, we traditionally had a physical road-to-market model. It means that we had a sales representative going to visit each of the stores on a weekly basis to take note of the weekly order. And on top of that, we had a layer of market developers in charge of visiting the outlets with higher potential in order to present and introduce new products. This business model has been proved to be very successful because it's based on influencing the retailer on one hand, controlling the transaction, and on customizing the business proposition as much as possible on the other. Until we realized that there were some clients that were not waiting for our visit anymore, and they were preferring and using other channels instead, such as WhatsApp or B2B platforms. It was at that point that we reacted and we evolved our road-to-market model, creating a professional telesales team and an e-commerce platform. So we transfer all the expertise that we had in the physical world into the non-face and digital environment.
So thank you, Christina, for that response. I absolutely love it. Coca-Cola is such a recognizable brand throughout the global markets. And so exactly what you are doing and how you're doing it and creating that blueprint of how to connect that end user consumer with your brand is just paramount. So thank you so much for what Coca-Cola is doing for us in this space. Kim, I'll switch over to you now, ask you kind of the same question, right? Which is, how does your company embrace that phygital strategy to provide that extraordinary experience?
Absolutely. So 7-Eleven is an iconic brand, especially here in the US. And so there's a lot of nostalgia that's associated with us because we've been around for almost 100 years. So each time we have to transform to keep up with the current, the current environment, the current generations. And so today what we're doing is really evolving to reach that next generation of customers. And they really are primarily in the digital space. And so what you'll see is that we use current trends like gaming, music, sports, to blend those with our traditional type of things like Free Slurpee Day, right? So we blend those two together to reach that new generation of customers. And we use our social presence and other ways, email, push, in-store marketing, digital menu boards, things like that, to tie it all together. But we also want to make sure we stay true to our brand. And so we know we have a wide variety of customers and we have to meet all of them where they're at, whether it be digital or physical in-store presence. So we keep evolving to meet them.
Oh man, you're starting to talk about an area that I get super excited about, just what Web3 and gaming and the metaverse is going to mean to us in our future state. So, and then just knowing that 7-Eleven is over 100 years old, I mean, that's incredible. I mean, I've grown up with 7-Eleven, not 100 yet, but I have grown up. I've never known a world without 7-Eleven. So that's pretty exciting. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more then about omni-channel strategy and how it's being implemented and if it's changing how you provide a successful CX experience. So Kim, I'll start with you. How does that omni-channel experience guarantee seamlessness in your business?
Customers definitely have more control over how they interact with brands, and they also have higher expectations. So what we see is that customers really prefer channels that aren't phone. So that's the oldest channel, the most outdated, but they want us to respond in real time as if it were a phone call. And so chat, social, SMS, all these are preferred channels, and you can do a lot with automation to streamline the experience at a lower cost. But the thing you need to keep in mind is they want a human aspect in that. So even if it is a virtual experience, it needs to feel really personal and really effortless. So I would say, for us, our omni-channel is a great option, and it's most successful when we can really identify our customers and know when they cross channels. So maybe they start on one social platform, see an ad, comment, but then they go to the store and the product is out of stock. They may go to Twitter and then share that with a comment. So we need to be able to track customers through the different channels and really connect the experience together. So that's something that we're working on. We're not quite there yet, but it is something that we want to work on so that we know our customers, where are they, and also what are they saying about products and services so that we can completely close that feedback loop.
Yeah, I think that's great, right? And the immediacy and the need for information now. So it sounds like you've got another great blueprint and foundational elements already laid. And now it's just, continuing to connect those dots and follow the generations, right? And how they want to connect with your brand. So very exciting. Christina, I'll turn to you next. And how do you feel about Coca-Cola and how they're supporting that omni-channel experience?
We have started step by step. At the beginning, we simply had a pure voice digital coverage model. And now we are having a more and more consistent mixed face, voice, and digital coverage model. In order to have a seamless experience, the 360 view of the client and the tracking of each interaction, no matter what channel client uses, as Kim just mentioned, is key. We have also adapted our order taking system, and we use data analytics. So all the tasks that market developers do on site can be done remotely. For example, we envision how our telephone sales agents offer the missing products to complete the picture of success of any particular outlet, or our B2B platform, our e-commerce, offering an automated proposal of products that are under agreement.
You mentioned something and it made me think of video. You started with face, voice. And is Coca-Cola doing anything in the video, the face-to-face interactions that you all have been experiencing?
Not yet, but it will arrive, definitely.
I like that. Not yet, but it will be here. Yes. Okay, so I really appreciate the two of you. We're going to go to the audience and we're going to grab some questions that they might be submitting for us. I know we've had quite a lineup coming, so thank you all. Just bear with me for a second as we check that out. So before we close, there are some questions that are on our doorstep. And Christina, the first one is with you. So what has been the biggest learning lessons of the omni-channel deployments? Can you help our audience with the learning lessons?
In the case of CCP, I think that we have two main learnings. The first of them is that it's critical for us to have a good database, a good CRM, in order to integrate omni-channel as part of your strategy. Otherwise, you are simply doing like ad hoc actions. And secondly, there's no point in forcing the adoption of any channel. You have to let clients choose. Apart from that, more than a learning, if you allow me, I would like to share with the audience a personal reflection. In my opinion, omni-channel deployments are crucial, and in general, they increase reach, engagement, and optimize cost to serve. And that's been improved. I love to realize how we make progress and we increase productivity thanks to digital tools and automating the easiest or transactional customer care activities. However, it's on that particular point where human contact becomes even more important. Kindness, emotions, empathy, work ethic, gestures such as honest smile. You cannot take them for granted, and they really make the difference. And all our frontline has it very clear. Our key account managers when negotiating, our front office agents, our sales reps, because at the end of the day, we work for Coca-Cola. And this one, it's a brand that with passion, a brand that excites, and a brand that connects people. So no matter how digital help us, human contact still remains in our case.
Boy, I love that. It's such an emotional connection, right? Really makes the difference for the customers. And you made a really important point early on, which was it isn't for us to force the consumer to interact with the brand. It's for us to enable the channels for the consumer to engage as they see fit, right? At their preference. So great. Thank you so much, Christina. Kim, there's one, you mentioned gaming in an earlier comment. And so one of the questions that the audience is asking is, are you also thinking about metaverse?
We are, in fact, talking about gaming, and we've kind of dipped our toe in the metaverse space. So what we're doing now, we're still trying to explore the right mix of the metaverse and other virtual reality options to reach our customers. But it's definitely something that ties in well with our brand strategy. And it's also a unique way for fans of 7-Eleven to socialize and collaborate. So we love seeing our fans share pictures, comments, videos, and other things on our social platforms. So I think the metaverse is really just the next step to build a stronger community of support and brand love for 7-Eleven.
So Kim, I love that response. And thank you so much for sharing that with our audience. I mean, as we activate the metaverse environment, it's really taking our digital selves that want to live in the metaverse and our physical selves that are living in the physical, and the merging of those two, and really being able to provide those extreme outcomes for our fans and consumers across the world. So thank you so much for that. Christina, the last question that I have, and then there's a whole bunch more that we need to get to, but unfortunately we are going to run out of time, and I want to be respectful for the time that you're giving us here today. What does the next generation of omni-channel look like for your brand?
I think that the goal is to keep doing what we do even better, to have a more intelligent combination of channels, and to have a smarter contact sequence with clients, as well as knowing what should be the human role in all of that. At the end of the day, we need to integrate omnichannel in our way of working and in our way when thinking about campaigns. They won't be physical or digital anymore, but we will be thinking in all the possible touch points at the whole. So our next gen of omnichannel will continue to look physical.
Love that. I love that. And it reminds me of metaverse as being a channel, right? It's another channel. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I want to thank you both as we wrap up here. Your insights have been amazing for the audience, and I really appreciate you sharing and being with us today. So many thanks to all of the attendees for attending our CX Extraordinaire today. We really heard a lot of great insights from our panel. Personalization, right? Really leveraging data to explore personalization and how to make that available for your consumers. We talked about that future state and what that looks like. And we heard from Kim at 7-Eleven how they're really starting to deploy gaming and the Web3 and the metaverse into their brands. It is an absolute place that we are going. It's going to be, I think I heard like a $26 trillion engagement by the year of 2026. I mean, it's amazing. We have to get there. We have to start exploring it and doing it now. We also heard from Christina on the branding and how important that is in the consumer packaged goods, because they are once removed from that end user consumer. So how do they pull that brand through so that people buy their product in the shelves that are around the globe? All of those things and more we learned today in this session. So I want to thank our participants again. I want to thank our attendees. Please, I really enjoyed the conversation here with the CX and retail CPG look forward. And we look forward to our next episode that will be coming soon. Please come back and check it out. And everybody have a really, really nice day. Thank you so much.